mean, this still looks like a triple top here. And this thing, until it stops going down, path of least resistance is still lower, which means the market is higher. I was short the HYG, and fortunately, I mean, those things are rallying like a mother now. But I was also long. I got long these QQQs around 316.5 yesterday, and they rallied to 317.5. I thought I was a genius. I made some money on the calls, and I hopped out. And now they would have been worth 100 grand now. Win some, lose some, man. So markets are rallying hard. The Qs are up through 800 points. And the Dow's up 500 right now. I'm looking at this monthly pattern in the Dow Jones. Looks like this kind of diamond pattern. And, I'm waiting for it to just bang the underside of this thing, close to 340, between 335 and 340. If it gets up here, look, I mean, this thing could keep going. What do I know? But I still think that this is a bear market rally, and this could be the last phase of it. I felt based on the SPXU that we still had lower to go. It still feels like this thing needs to kind of go all the way to the beginning. And maybe, who knows, this could be, a washout today. So we were trading within this kind of huge ascending broadening band in this SPXU. And I kind of thought it still had to kind of go back to the beginning, somewhere down here around $13. So I'm, kind of seeing how, but it still looks very bearish, which means the S&P still looks bullish. I mean, this still looks like a triple top here. And this thing, until it stops going down, path of least resistance is still lower, which means the market is higher. So this is what Tesla looks like right now, but, we're not closed. If this looked like it did on Friday, this to me is starting to look like the beginning of the end up here. You got these two weekly reversals right in the same area. It's how it closes. If by Friday we look like this, we could still have another assault higher. I just feel like, we're getting close to an area. I mean, it just feels like that guy, we should not see that a new high above there. But, writing the obituary on Tesla is just not a fun thing to do. I said, and it's same like with the S&P, when things go straight up, they're not going to clear out all of this stuff. Whatever happens, even if it goes down, this thing needs to kind of build, go down, go up, build away, and still do a lot of work. You can see how long it takes before you get another run. This is very asymmetric. It's a mess in here. It's just a mess, but I feel like, well, anything close to 900, I'm going to take a smack at it.
I was looking at Twilio, man, because that's been bouncing off for several times, and it's right on the bottom of this channel.
This thing looks like QDEL. The problem is we looked at Biogen, and these mothers can just crawl along the bottom a lot longer. It's like this is a bottom feeder, and it's eventually going to go. You don't make a bottom by hitting the one area 19 times. So it's a question of, if not when. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does not a bottom make. So this thing is going to go through here. So I think something like this, you can use a day like today to take a crack at something like this. I do think that it's on its last gas before it moves to another level. Bumble, I think, announces today. It announces earnings today. And I don't know, man. I've got mixed feelings on this thing. The major dominant pattern, suggests that this is still an uptrend, but we started, and this is where maybe the market just fakes you out a little bit, which it did yesterday. So, we have this, what looks like a top here, but you still have these higher lows. So this, is not a top until it's kind of taken this out. But on the other hand, I have a hard time kind of just, I don't know. Let's see how we close today. If we close and we look pretty good and, we look like that, I don't know. I was pretty sure I was going to buy it into earnings. Now, this is kind of tricky. So you kind of have cleared this neckline here, and then you've cleared this tier. Higher trend, it's a higher channel here. I'm going to be very interested to see how we close. I may take a nibble at it on the long side. I'm going to see how we close. So I usually wait 5 minutes before the close to see how something, you know, if I want to do an earnings play, I'll literally put it on 5 minutes before, you know, the end of the market. And then it's just, you know, such an amazing rush. You know, you put on an order 5 minutes before the close, and then 5 minutes after you get a result. You know, Novavax the other day, I put on 5 minutes, before the close. I shorted Novavax at about 58 and a quarter. And then I'm on the webinar a half hour later and it opens at 39. I mean, it's just nothing more fun than that. But, I was also short Moderna the other day and it opened up 10 against me. So, it goes both ways.
So you can see, 45, it's 1.3 million.
$1.3 million short.
So popped out a profit for 118,000 there.
So you can see how it's going crazy now. You can see how the market just going nuts.
I bet like $1.6 million on this position. I'm showing right now $23,000 gain.